think it's safe to say this is going to be a big year for him.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Cleveland. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. And it's Williams at the 1 spot. LeBron James, by many surveys, and no surprise here, GA, the most popular athlete in America.
I mean, the highest paid player in the league. And you know what? He deserves it. This guy has really carried the mantra as the face of our game, as well as anybody. And I tell you what, people now are starting to acknowledge the guy also delivers when it matters.
Paul dishes to Redick. Passes it to Jordan. Now the feed to Griffin. Shot is off. And Cleveland the other way now. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them. Paul with the ball. Now Smith defending. Jordan kicks to Redick. The jump hook. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
That's good.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, I caught up with Coach Doc Rivers. The one player on his mind in this matchup, Kevin Love. And it's not for his scoring ability, but for the harm he can do to a team on the backboards. You saw what he can do to teams if he goes unchecked, Coach said. We don't want to let him get up and get over 20 or 30 rebounds on us. And to do that, we got to check him out each time a shot goes up. Guys, easier said than done.
All right, Doris. Paul kicks to Griffin. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
And the dunk by James.
And when he takes it inside, the points are going to come, whether like that possession or just getting to the line.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Paul goes in. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations. And at 4 or 5 now, a nice start. I mean, he looks ready to make an impact offensively. So far, so good.
Here's Jordan. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Here's James. And again, it's Cleveland. And Doc Rivers passed the 700-win mark as a coach last season. He's climbing the ladder in career wins.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know that Doc oftentimes gets enough credit for the type of coach he is. I mean, as a coach, he is well over 500 in terms of his career win percentage. And how about over 500 in playoff games as well?
And the Clippers making a change here. Crawford's checked in. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Here's Paul. Johnson, a wide open look. Johnson missing again. Cleveland leading by 3. And Thompson kicks to Williams. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Cleveland's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. LeBron with it, and Griffin picks him up defensively. LeBron's shot is good.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Williams against Paul to stop the run, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Mark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
Williams for 3, and another 3 for Cleveland.
Playing smart offensively in the first half, no doubt about it.
Yeah, the numbers support it. I mean, they're shooting the much better percentage from the field so far.
And, obviously, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you play. You envision yourself as a coach as well. So, sometimes you need to make some adjustments.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. This game against Cleveland is the first time they've met this season.
Yeah, and a bit of a revenge game for them as they were swept in the two-game season series from last year.
And, they might not be in the same conference, Greg, but as with any top team, they want to show they can compete with the best teams out of conference, too.
So for the Clippers, that's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Pierce comes in for Johnson. And it's Austin Rivers in for Paul. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Love. James Jones comes in for James. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Cunningham in for Williams. Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
Here's Crawford.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Not one second chance bucket allowed. That is finishing off good defense. No denying it, injuries were a big part of the storyline in the Cavs postseason. Fortunately, LeBron James was otherworldly after the first round. Took care of the Bulls, then went on to sweep the Hawks to get back to the finals.
And for the Cavs last season, their toughest test would be in the finals against the Warriors. Like every other team, they just couldn't handle the Warriors for a full series. A great run to the finals, and surely they'll want to return there this season.
Clippers trail by 9. Rivers passes to Smith. Stolen by Thompson. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Oh, my goodness. That's like temporary insanity right there.
Do you think he realizes we've actually got a game, a serious game taking place here? I have my doubts, partner.
And an interesting byproduct of Blake Griffin extending his shooting range and his perimeter defense, Clark, his rebounding numbers have gone way down.
Well, it's hard to have it both ways, Kevin. I mean, the team needs him to keep working on his perimeter game, and if he's out on the perimeter, it makes it tougher for him to get rebounds inside.
Griffin hits them both.
And on the topic of Griffin's rebounding, there's another force that helps submarine his numbers. DeAndre Jordan. Over the past few seasons, as Jordan's boards went up, Griffin's have gone down. Now, you'd think with the two elite rebounders that the team would finish better than 20th in rebounding last year, but that's another story.
Rivers kicks to Smith. There's the pick. There's Crawford with the 3. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range, trading blows from behind the arc.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Cunningham. And another 3 for Cleveland.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Here's Rivers. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. The pass to Griffin. Again, Los Angeles.
Unbelievable. This guy is completely in a zone.
And he knows it. You can see it. The body language, the confidence. Real swagger out there for him.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Cavaliers lead by 8. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And let's take a moment to hear a little bit from Josh Smith about his development throughout his NBA career.
You know, coming in at 18, you know, really inexperienced, not knowing what this league was about. And I went through so many stages. I've grown tremendously over my career.
Kind of hear that growth in his voice, don't you think? And it's interesting to hear Josh Smith talking about getting introspective about himself and his game at this point of his career.
You know, that's a great point there, Kevin. I mean, like he says, he really has grown tremendously as a player, as a teammate, as a man, and just as an adult person in society. And he's become a real credit to our game.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Cavaliers.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Johnson out there with Pierce, and it's Jordan in at the 5 down low. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Here's Paul, following the basket by LeBron James. Jordan the screen, and the wide open shot from Redick. From outside off the mark. Cleveland leading by 12. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Smith, no luck.
Nice effort on the alley-oop, but probably not a good choice.
Yeah, it looked good initially, but then broke down just as quickly.
Now here's Paul. He's coming off a 10-point game against Portland.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates.
Not to the surprise of anyone, really, but the Clippers last year were strong at home once again. They managed to go 30-11 at Staples Center.
Yeah, and Kevin, that makes 3 straight seasons for the Clippers of 30 or more wins at home.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
You know, the big thing for the Clippers is that they won some big games in Staples over tough opponents. I mean, also won 6 of their last 7 to secure the 3 seed in the West.
And Cleveland making a change here. Mozgov's checked in. Here's Paul. Some good scoring numbers for him right now, averaging 17 points a game. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. From deep, Johnson. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Love's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
And one issue with the Clippers at home is that it didn't feel like they were at home. Blake Griffin said home court advantage is just not there for us. And this is on the heels of a loss where the crowd was cheering for the other team louder than the Clippers at times.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Shoots, and he nails the jumper. Love's got his second basket of the game. Clippers trail by 13. Paul outside. Jordan the screen from outside the arc. The shot by Paul, no good.
Good little 2-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Now here's Paul. On the wing, Johnson. There's the triple. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 5 assists tonight.
Nice stroke from long range, and if he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take them.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard. And how big was last year's trade for J.R. Smith? I mean,